Hi there everyone, it's Misty here. Welcome to another episode of Winning at Catfish, also known as a Get Ready With Me video. So today I am doing a full face of Milani cosmetics. They came out with like 4 new palettes and I had to have one of them, so I picked it up. Now this is one of those videos that I've tried to film probably 3 or 4 times. In fact, you guys have probably seen 3 or 4 looks with me all made up using Milani, but I was filming on another camera and the quality was just so bad. So yeah, so I've got my Starbucks order. It is 8 o'clock in the morning. So let me go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start by adding a little bit of the Milani rose oil to my face. For those of you who may be new or you've never watched one of my videos, so you just push down and pulls up. I have severely dry skin, like it's severe. The dermatologist was like, whoa. Although she didn't give me anything for it because I was there because of a spot on my back. But, so I exfoliated this morning, and normally I would do a facial mask after exfoliating, but I knew I wanted to film this video today because I have a ton of filming to do face to face, so I thought I would go ahead and just do my makeup. So I'm gonna add some oil. I already moisturized with argan oil. I put on a serum from what's it called? Your Good Skin. Listen, if I forgot to mention it, I'm not a beauty guru or beauty influencer. I'm just some fat girl on the internet that likes to play with makeup. So I use the Your Good Skin serum. I talked about this before. I get this at Ulta, and I try to wait till it's on sale because it goes on sale all the time. This stuff is so good. And if you layer this with an oil, with the moisturizer, I swear it does the same thing as that Drunk Elephant moisturizer in the purple lid. That's so expensive, but it's really good. So anyway, dry skin, we're gonna let it sink in because I'm going to start with brows. But before I do that, I want to mention that I will have the supplies or the makeup I've used today linked down below, and I'm going to link you directly to the Milani's website. Now you can get Milani, some of it on Amazon. You can get some of it at Ulta, you can get some of it at Walmart, but I really like to order from the Milani website. So I'm going to show you why. I got this bag. Wait, one of these things is not. So I got 3 of their Amore Shine lipsticks. Is that what these are? Amore Matte, but they're metallic. So I got 3 lipsticks with the $25 purchase, and then in like free shipping for $35. And then I also got this little freebie that is a blush, and Milani's blushes are so good, and then a little mascara sample. So, and I think Ebates, which is now Rakuten or whatever, I'll have a link for that down below. It's a referral link. I get $25 and you get $25, and it's not a scam. I've been using it now for a couple of years, and I've probably gotten $400 back, because if you shop online all the time, you just get money back for free. There's no charge. So anyway, all of that's linked down below, but we're gonna start with the brows. So before, I had the Milani brow pencil that they only had one that was like triangular shaped, kind of like the brow definer, I think is what it's called, from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I hate that shape because it doesn't say sharp. It doesn't sharpen when you move the thing up. So they recently came out with a regular brow pencil, which I'm in love. It has a spoolie on the end. So I'm going to do my brows. So I've showed this before, and I know a lot of people are like, brows are so boring and they never show them in a video. But I'm like, the brows are like the foundation of your face. So I am going to show you today. I don't have a lot of brow hairs because I'm a child of the 90s and we all plucked our eyebrows. Thank you very much, Drew Barrymore. I'm blaming her for that trend. I think Linda Evangelista back then also had it. So I wax my own eyebrows, and because I hate plucking, and I wax my face at the same time, and my nose hairs, it's all a thing. But I just like to take a pencil first, and I just kind of follow the natural shape of my brow. And this is in brunette, I believe. It's the Easy Brow. I don't have my glasses on. I'm pretty sure it's brunette. Again, I'll link it down below. So I go on top and underneath to get the shape that I want. And then I fill in with a brow pomade. This is really, really dark. So I'm going to do one brow with you, and then I will do the other brow off camera, because once you've seen one brow, you've seen all the brows. So this is the Milani Stay Put Brow Color in Brunette. And I'm using an Anastasia brush. I have no idea what number this is, but any angled brush will do ya. And I just dip in, kind of rub it on my hand so it's not so much product. And then I start in the middle of my eyebrow, and I just kind of work it in. And you don't have to worry about getting out of your line or messing up, because we are gonna, ooh, this tail. See how this tail is looking crazy? I'm gonna clean that up with concealer. And then so once I've got most of the product in the middle, I come back to the front and I do kind of brow strokes up. And I don't do like the Instagram brow where it's like light, and then it like ombre brow. I don't do that. Don't like that look on me. So that's my eyebrow. So I'm going to complete the other one, and I'll be right back. Brows are done. They almost look the same. They're kind of sisters, not twins. I mean, not cousins. Sometimes they turn out to be cousins. So after I get my face finished, I will put on a brow gel. But for now, we are done with the eyebrows. I'm going to move on to the eyes. I'm going to start with my Milani eye primer. I like to use an eye primer. Normally I would use the Painterly Paint Pot, but I got this eye primer when I purchased a couple of palettes on their website. That's another thing. They almost always have bundles that you can buy, which is another reason why I like to buy on their website. I don't have any of their brushes. That's not something that I mean, I get my brushes from like Beach Cosmetics or Amazon. I mean, I don't invest. I got this Anastasia brush because at one point I bought Dip Brow, and it came with, it was free. So I do like to use an eye primer, and I do like to use an eye primer that puts a little bit of color down, just because I have such, like I have freckles, I have veins on my eyelids, and I want them to kind of disappear. So today, so excited! I'm using a new palette from Milani. They just launched like 4 new palettes, and the one I picked up is the Gilded Violet palette. This is the outer carton component, and you can see how pretty it is. So that's that, and then here is the palette, and this, oh my gosh, y'all, look at this. Look at it! I am obsessed with this blue. Yeah, it comes with 2 face highlighters, then you get 1, 2, 3, 4 shimmers and 4 mattes. I can't remember how much this palette was, but it was worth, hopefully it was worth every penny. I have their Bold Obsessions and their Pure Passion palettes. Love them. Milani eyeshadows are really, really good, you know, drugstore type eyeshadows. So today I'm going to do a look inspired by their product page for this. They have I think they have a YouTube channel. And she did this very blue, smoky eye look. And I'm like, I need to recreate that. So I'm going to recreate it. Now, again, let me just reiterate. I am not a beauty guru. I'm just some fat girl on the internet that likes to play with makeup. And so I'm not really here to teach you any techniques, etc. I'm just here to kind of show you and talk to you how I put on makeup. So yeah. So I'm going to use, in my crease, I'm going to use this color called Heavy Petal. And then I'm also going to use, so this one, and then Very Violet. And then on my lid, I'm going to do this dark navy, and then I'm going to top it with this shimmer. So that's kind of my plan. So I'm going to start with Heavy Petal in my quote-unquote crease. Now, as you can see, I have very hooded eyeballs. So I like to kind of come up here where my socket is, like the top of my socket where my brow bone is. That's kind of where I put my crease, because if I were to put it right here, I mean, I have like less than an inch of a lid. So you would never see anything. I'm going to dust off the excess. I'm going to lean my head back a little bit, and I'm just going to start with that color. Again, this is my transition shade. I know a lot of people like to use a brown or a tan or whatever in their transition. To me, I don't mind using color in my transition, just because, yeah, it's really just to help them blend. You will find that I'm ambidextrous when I do my makeup, and that's mostly because it's just easier for me that way. Especially, I have myasthenia gravis, which is an autoimmune disorder of the neurological kind, the neurological variety, and it causes extreme muscle weakness. And so even just this little bit of like holding the mirror and doing my eyeballs, my arms are screaming at me as if I've carried, you know, 9,000 pounds. As if this mirror weighs like 30 pounds when it literally weighs probably less than like 2 ounces or whatever. This is just a mirror from the Dollar Tree. I'm so fancy. I'm so fancy. So my brushes I'm using today are a mixture of Shop Miss A, and then Amazon Wet n Wild. If you've never been on Shop Miss A, love it. I need to get some new lashes. I've been trying to wear lashes. I'm going to try to put some on today. My lashes are very straight, and they don't hold a curl. Doesn't matter what mascara I use. And so I'm going to put on lashes, because to me, we're doing this big old look, and I am not going for a subtle look. I say that sometimes and then I end up full glam. No, today I'm going full glam. I'm just going to do it, and we're going to see what happens. So that's Petal in my crease. I'm going to bring in a slightly smaller crease brush, and I'm going to pick up the Very Violet. This may actually be a satin, because it looks like it may have a little bit of sheen, but I'm going to bring this down a little bit lower. So about right there. So help me kind of darken up that crease area. You can see I'm kind of pushing it in my socket. So this is kind of like the mid-tone or the contour shade. If you are new to makeup and putting on mascara, eyeshadow and stuff, I really recommend the Makeup Chair. That's the name. Sinead is her name. I believe she's from Ireland. but she has a lovely accent. She does really great eyeshadow tutorials, and she'll teach you, you know, how to put it on, how to pick colors. I really, really like her work, and I believe she's just recently developed an autoimmune disease too. So, okay, I'm going to bring in that original brush, pick up a little bit more of that first color, and I'm just going to blend this out. So there's not really a harsh line, they just kind of blend together. So see, harsh line, you can kind of see a line, and right here I'm blending that harsh line away. So today is Wednesday, August 14th. Tomorrow is my appointment with the rheumatologist. I find out if I have rheumatoid arthritis. It seemed like she thought I did. I feel like I do. I'm having a hard time with my joints, especially those in my hands. She did something during our exam, and it took me a hot minute to get over it. I swear I'm still not over it, but yeah, it was not good. So I'm gonna take this brush from Pop Reel. This came with my little color switcher. I bought a color switcher on Amazon, and it came with some brushes. And I'm gonna bring in, it's called Past Curfew, which is that really beautiful navy color. And I'm gonna pack that all over my lid. And again, I'm just doing kind of windshield wiper motions. You could also go in circles. It's really however you want to blend it. Ooh, yes, I like it. So I'm gonna bring back that first color and kind of go back over the edges. Okay, now I'm gonna bring in a lid brush. Yeah, I have one, yeah. Actually, I'll just use that same blue brush. I'm gonna spray this with my Make It Last Dewy Spray, and we're gonna put on the sparkly. Bring back a little bit of that violet color to blend this out on the edges, because like I said, I brought it up a little too high. So that's it for my upper. I'm gonna do the rest of my face, and then we'll do the lower lash line. So move that to the side. Gonna use my towel to wipe up all my fallout. I'm heavy-handed with my shadows, that's why I do my eyes first. Okay, so I have two choices for foundation today, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go with the liquid foundation. So I have the Conceal and Perfect in Ivory, and then I have their Conceal and Perfect foundation stick in Porcelain. I used a foundation stick in my last video, the Makeup Revolution. So I think today I'm gonna use this one. This one is kind of thick. So what I'm gonna do is, oh wait, I want to put on some of this Soft Focus Glow. I always forget this has a pump. So just like an illuminator to go underneath my foundation. I'm gonna blend that in with my sponge. This sponge is also from Shop Miss A. I like to add a little bit of luminosity underneath my foundation, especially this one. This one's kind of thick. It's a little bit more matte. So I believe both of their foundations are matte. What am I doing? Lashes first. Okay, so I'm gonna be using these Lashaholic lashes in, I don't see a style anywhere. These just came in my August BoxyCharm. I'm so disappointed that I didn't get the eyeshadows. I got that Barbie peel off mask instead, but pure peel off mask, which will probably end up going to Lily. So I'm going to put these lashes on. I'm not going to show this on video. Number one, it's going to take me 30 minutes. And number two, it's going to take me 30 minutes. So I'm not very good at this. So I'm going to put these lashes on. I'll come back and I'm going to finish the face. Okay, lashes are on. That only took 10 minutes. Go me. I'm going to use this little bit of mascara to blend them in. And I'm going to tight line. And I'm not going to show this because it looks weird. Now we're ready to do the face. So like I mentioned, I'm going to use the liquid foundation today. I'm actually going to put 1 drop of foundation to 1 drop of the rose oil. And this foundation is kind of thick, like I mentioned. And this will just kind of help it go on my skin a little better. I'm going to start with 1 because this is easy to overdo for sure. So I'm just going to put this on my face. Again, I'm using a sponge from Shop Miss A. Several people have said that this is a good dupe for the beauty blender. I can't speak on that because I've never had a beauty blender. Okay, that's giving me no coverage. Hold up, wait a minute. Put this on with a brush. These lashes, by the way, are really, really comfortable and they're very fluttery and I like them. And I really like when the lashes on the inside are smaller than the rest, like they're shorter. That's what I meant. There we go. Okay, let's get some coverage up in here. I think the trick to false lashes is having good tweezers, because that way you can move them around easier. I do not have good tweezers. No good tweezers for me. This is a pretty good shade match. I know it makes me look a little pale on camera. That's because I don't know about lighting, y'all. I had to light on a budget. Actually, this light behind me that you see on my roses is actually, I bungee cord light to my chair. So it's actually attached to the back of my chair. And then I have some light clamps coming down from above. So, at Revolution came out with Conceal and Hydrate. It's on my wish list at Ulta. Rob's gonna be like, why do you have more makeup? I'm gonna be like, because I need it. I love Makeup Revolution's foundation. That foundation stick is like my jam. Okay, I need another sip of coffee. So I'm gonna use the Conceal and Perfect Compact. This was the only concealer they had until they came out with their new concealer. But I'm going to use this to color correct because I do have some darkness under my eyes. I love a good color corrector. Now I don't I don't put green on my face because, or yellow, because it really makes me look like gray. And that's really not the look I'm going for. Underneath my eyes. Another issue I have with my under eyes is they're really deep set. My eyes are really deep set. So I have what looks like dark circles or whatever, but it's really just my eyes are deep. Okay, so now I'm gonna bring in the concealer. A little bit of this. Not going for a huge big triangle. I am gonna lighten the face. Now let it sit a minute under my eyes, but I'm gonna go ahead and blend out the middle of my face. I'm gonna add a little bit more in my kind of, I don't know what these are even called. Kind of like right here. Maybe my smile lines. And I'm gonna bring in a flat foundation brush just to make sure this is blended around my nose. So that is the face. I look kind of ghostly on camera, but like I said, it doesn't look like that in person. Okay. I normally don't like to powder my face because I have dry skin, but I'm gonna go ahead and powder. Yeah, adding that oil to this made it a little bit on the, what's it called? Kind of tacky side. I'm gonna bring in this Wet n Wild brush, and this is the Milani Prep Set and Glow powder. Go ahead and powder my face. There's a little bit of a sheen. It has a really interesting texture. Kind of, I don't know, it's just really kind of interesting. I'm going to powder my under eyes just a little bit. And I'm going to use this brush. This is the small stipple brush from e.l.f. Next, for bronzer, I am using the Baked Bronzer in Dolce. This is has a little bit of shimmer to it. They do have a couple of new bronzers that are really, really dark. But, and again, I like a glowy bronzer because I like to add a little bit of glow to my skin. So I'm going to put this on my temples. And this is just a big Eco Tools powder brush. There's no name on it. I got the, oh, yep, sheer powder brush. I got these for Christmas. They were an Ulta exclusive, I believe. I don't know if they still have them. But, and I've been watching Raw Beauty Christy, and she's been bringing her bronzer kind of like where her blush goes. And I've always said that it just makes sense that your bronzer goes on the high points of your face too, because those are the places that will get the sun. I mean, you could contour, of course, if you want to, but for bronzer, it just makes sense that it would be on the high points of your face. So for me, my high points on my face are kind of like my cheekbones, and then a little bit on the nose. Have this Milani in Romantic Rose. It's pretty light, but it's kind of pretty. And then I have two of the compacts. This is number 1, and this is number 2. These are more a peachy color, and then these are more of a pinky color. I think I'm gonna go for this one in the middle. Milani's blushes are so good. There are two blush formulas that I absolutely love. Milani and Tarte. Their Amazonian clay blushes are some of my favorites. I think my next makeup video will be a Tarte video because I have enough for a full face of Tarte. I don't have any of their new foundations, but I have their old hydrating one. So we'll see. It'll be basically a full face of first impressions because I got the new mascara and my Boxy Charm. And this is just kind of to set them in place. I will say when I use the Brow Wiz from Anastasia Beverly Hills, I don't have to do this because that is waterproof. Like I don't recommend this, but sometimes I'll just do my brows. Like if I'm about to wax them, sometimes I will do them. So I know which brow hairs I really want to wax and which ones I want to save. So I'll just leave them alone, or I'll wash my face but leave my eyebrows alone. And like that dip brow crap can last 4 days if you need it to. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do my under eye area. I'm gonna start in my waterline with this blue. This is the Stay Put liner in Keep On Swimming. I think that's what it says. So I'm gonna put this in my waterline. Ay, ay, ay. About to put my eyeball out. Then I'm gonna bring in a tiny little pointy little brush, and I'm gonna use that blue that says Past Curfew, that kind of navy base color we use to blend this out. Little brush, and I'm gonna pick up that very violet shade, and I'm just gonna blend this out. I mean, this is very appropriate for going to therapy and filming some videos. I don't get to go out, so I like to pretend at home. And I'm really blowing out this lower lash line. I watched a video from Kathleen Lights the other day, and she did that, and she was talking about how Lipstick Nick does that too. And I really like the look of it. I look like, I love this. I look so pretty. Get the foundation out of my sideburns. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my inner corner highlight. And again, I'm gonna use, it's called Full Moon. And it's the kind of white iridescent shade in this palette. Ooh, it's like a purple, like, ooh, yeah. It comes off as purple, but it's this color right here, which is it's very iridescent. That's just the color I can think of it is iridescent. So I'm not going to use either of the highlights in this palette because they are not right for my skin tone. But I do have a highlighter from Milani. Oh, I love it. Oh my word. Just violet. I love it. And this highlight is pulling way too blue. And this one is way too dark, but I'm going to use them as eyeshadows. So there's a hint for you. Before we do that, I'm going to use the Make It Dewy face, all over face thing. Setting spray. I also have a big one of these, but first. Smells good. It does help everything meld together, but I'm also doing that so I can apply my highlight. So the highlighter I'm using is the Strobe Light and Afterglow. Look at that. Look at it! Oh, it's so pretty. Look at it. Feast your eyes on this beautiful highlighter. Jeez. Okay, last but not least, I'm going to do some lips. I'm not going to put on lower lash mascara. Number one, I haven't found a lower lash mascara that doesn't transfer. And I have tried a ton of them. And number two, you can't even see my lashes. So I just don't think it's necessary. But lips are necessary. And I have a ton to choose from. I'm going to go with the matte lip. This is in the color, wait, no, this is not the right one. This is in the color, Hug, number 26. I don't know. I've never tried these before, so let's see. I'm gonna give this a second to see if it dries down. This did dry down matte, and not a great matte. It's really drying on the lips. So if you have dry lips like me, you probably won't want this one. With a little bit of shine. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. So I think we're winning at Catfish. Anyway, like I said, I will have the links down below. If you purchase, I do make a little bit of a commission, but it's not a whole lot, and it doesn't cost you anything. You can use those links or not use those links. It's completely up to you. But I appreciate you sitting down with me, playing with some makeup. Let me know what you think of this eye look down below. I mean, I love it. Like, I am living... I'm like a living girl. I'm living for this. But anyway, I will talk to you later. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.